tell me a little about what Expand Furniture is and its origin, and where did you get the name from? And obviously,
Yeah,
the
so
inspiration behind it.
my brother and I we went to Australia for kind of a working year, and we ended up working for a company that got bought out by Wayfair. So we were already in the kind of furniture industry and quite interested in selling products online. When we both moved back to Vancouver in Canada, uh, properties are quite small, and one of the places my brother was viewing, they were saying, okay, here's your wall bed. Here's a sofa. When you want to use it, just move the sofa forward and lower the wall bed down. We thought that's kind of crazy. There's got to be a better solution. We tried to look up other options, and what we found was either extremely expensive or really outdated. So we thought, okay, let's try and look for products ourselves, or can we make this ourselves? So eventually we partnered with someone to make the Murphy sofa. So the wall bed over sofa, that kind of inspired us. Then we realized, oh, other people want this as well. And we have a nice stylish product that's really functional, and we can get it at a better price point. So then we were working other jobs, and eventually that kind of turned into a full-time job for us, and then kind of inspired us to get other expandable furniture. So you kind of add a room to your home if you're in a studio, or kind of just free up your space and ditch your dining table and get a convertible coffee to dining table or console to dining table. So that kind of thing. Yeah.
I'm assuming you're at your place. So, what all furniture you have that you can actually show to our audience as well?
Yeah, I have quite a few pieces in here. Here is the Murphy sofa, as well as the elucidates coffee to dining table. Works very well as coffee table when you need, lift up, and you change any height in between. Also comes with the dining table and can move around on wheels. Other areas of home. Double in size. And you can also adjust up and down the larger format. When you need to go to sleep, lower this down in front of the wall and it can stay in place. The sofa also has some storage built in, as well as removable fabric. While storage, we have quite a few things stored in there now. Just remove the back cushions and simply lower the wall bed down over the coffee table, which can stay in place. So it's very efficient. Very light and easy to move. Very comfortable, nice thick mattress.
I'd really love if you could give me a tour of Compatto revolving bed, because I was really excited to see that.
The Compatto revolving wall bed with dining table. Also has a workstation. When you're done working or dining, just fold it up. Everything stays in place nicely. Rotate it around, very smooth. Latch it into place. Bring the bed down then, nice and light for your queen size bed. When you're done, just lift it up. Lock it back into place and rotate to trim the shelving and your dining table again. And hide your everything.
Scroll through your website, I see a lot of products over there. As you said, there's table, there are chairs, there are benches, and there's this wall bed as well. But I'd like to ask you, what is the most popular model that you have, that you personally feel, from sales point of view and from your personal point of view as well?
Yeah, it'll definitely vary per home, because it's hard to say, this is the best product for your home. But on average, I would say almost everyone can ditch their dining table and use, a coffee to dining table or a console to dining table, because not every home needs a wall bed or a Murphy bed, but almost every home could free up their space by compacting their big dinner table down into a small console when they're not using it, and that frees up a lot of area for whether it's activities for your kids if you have younger people around, or even just freeing up space if you're in a smaller studio, or even if you're in a bigger home. It's always nice to compact down a large dining table. And then for some people, they may not think they have the option to entertain, because they say, oh, well, how do I entertain, because I don't have enough space. But when you have a table which expands, that gives you the ability to entertain when you need to, but also kind of compact the area. So I think that's probably the best option is console to dining tables or coffee to dining tables. So maybe the junior giant table for the console to dining option. And then for a coffee to dining table, I'd say the transforming table is a really great option.
How do you actually maintain a balance between versatility, functionality, and the aesthetics part? Because you're obviously making furniture that is space saving, but you also have to compromise with the aesthetic when it comes to that. So what's your take on that?
I think you can have both, as there's no real reason why you can't have the aesthetics. Um, you do have to make sure that there's more moving parts, but if you have extra legs, for example, you can try and make them stylish. Or like for our junior giant table, which I'll show you later, it does have a middle support leg, but you can actually rotate that leg out of the way. So that kind of keeps the aesthetics as nice as possible, and functionally it keeps it out of your way. So you do have to kind of think a few more levels deep when you're producing and designing and manufacturing.
Are you the one who's been designing stuff and manufacturing it as well? Or do you have some other people or some other folks who are manufacturing it for you and you are the one who's behind the design?
A bit of both. So we'll try and do as much design as we can. My brother Jared, he does a lot of it himself. And then we'll work with partners to collaborate in some cases where it's something that's already great that's out there, and kind of change the designs, tweak and modify it to be better for our customers. But we are trying to do more and more and in-house designs that's specifically just ours, and then work with factories who can create this for us.
So where are you selling this stuff right now? You're just exporting it outside Canada as well, to US, to some other continents?
Yeah, so our predominant market is Canada, USA, and then after that we do sell to other places, Europe for a little bit, for example, but predominantly we're North American based.
Do you make standalone objects, or do you make projects considering the house in mind? Because there are homes where a wall bed may not necessarily be able to fit the one that you're actually making.
Yeah, so we can do custom projects. You do have to have some patience because production can be a little bit slow, especially the last few years with logistics being a little bit crazy. But we can definitely do custom jobs if you have a unique wall or an odd shape. And sometimes we have people who say, hey, I want a queen bed, but I don't have enough height for it. Can you even make it slightly modified to be a little bit shorter, but still the same width? So we can work around these things, but we do try and have enough products that we can hopefully find something in stock if that works for your home. For example, if you didn't have the height for the vertical bed, we'd say, will the horizontal bed fit? Because it's still a queen bed if you have the width for it, but you don't have the height for it. So we do try and have as many solutions as we can, but yeah, we can definitely do specific jobs. Again, you need a bit of patience, as it can often be a little bit slower, and everyone's used to instant these days.
Okay, and there are talks of recession going in the US and in Canada as well, and we have recently coped up with the COVID thing. So how has the sales impacted? Has there been a slight dip, or are orders coming at the same pace as they used to?
It is slowing down. It's not a dramatic amount, but I think people are being cautious, understandably, so they'll probably take their time. And then maybe some of the sales will slow down. We have Black Friday coming up as well, just over a week from now. So I think some people are also waiting for more Black Friday specials and sales. And not just for us, I mean, just in general, we have a Black Friday month-long sale. So things are still all right. But yeah, I think overall people are a little bit cautious. But we'll see. I mean, the last few years have been challenging for everyone, but we're all getting through, and we have plans to continue growing and focusing on the future and keep doing our designs, and I think things will be fine.
What's the target audience that you're actually focusing on?
At first, we actually thought it would be more for younger people moving into their first studio or apartment, but then we realized that actually there isn't an exact demographic, because that's what we expected to be, young people moving to their first place. But we found there's actually quite a few parents who are, say, senior citizens, and their son or daughter has already moved out of the home, but they'd like to have a place for when their son or daughter visit, or even their grandkids. So that maybe they're downsized from a large house to a 2-bedroom apartment, but they'd like to make it work for 3 beds or more. So that kind of scenario. And then people upgrading, downgrading. So it really does vary from, say 30-ish to 60, but it's kind of all over the place and not what we initially expected.
What's the next big thing you're working on? What's pipeline for the future?
I think we're working. Something that'd be most interesting is some other wall beds down the line where we can try and get a bit more functionality, make them a little bit more compact. And again, that may only work for a specific market, but we're looking for more kind of a mass market option. So I think we'll have a couple nice, exciting wall beds coming down the line in the future.
All right, Adam, that was really nice talking to you, and I hope we'll have more such conversations in future as well. I wish you all the very best, you and your team, for the future. Thank you. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Atish. Yeah, I really enjoyed that and look forward to hearing from you again.
Yes, thank you.
Good night.